Hey guys, it's Gameface and welcome back to episode 2 of my Burnley Corona. In today's episode we've got some big games to play. The first fixture is against Chelsea. As you can see here, it's an away fixture for us to play in the Premier League. Our first Premier League game of the season to play with our new team. So hopefully going to get ourselves off to a good start. Tough game obviously as well. Other matches to play include potentially West Brom, potentially also Tottenham. It depends how far through the summer transfer window we're able to get. Thank you all so much for the support on the first episode. Absolutely incredible. Really do appreciate it. All the positive comments as well help keep these sort of series alive. And so I'd really appreciate you going ahead and hitting that like button and subscribing if you haven't already as well. Can we try and hit 100 likes on today's episode? That'd be absolutely fantastic. And like I say, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click that button too and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So yeah, let's crack on with things. We are going to get on the game against Chelsea. Currently, obviously the first game of the season. We're not going to turn up to Chelsea though and play 3 at the back, which is what I planned to play for some of this season. I want to try and mix things up a little bit. And the most sensible formation to go with when you're playing away at Chelsea against a team that play 3 up front is, I think, a 4-4-2 or a 4 at the back at least. Anyway, so we're going to go with this team to start this game. Pope will start in goal after you guys voted for it. Loughton at right back, Tarkowski, me and Taylor in defence as well. Goodmanson, Defoe, Armati and Nkudu in midfield with Barnes and Wood up front. So it's a bit of a normal sort of Burnley team, to be honest. There's no massive changes in this first fixture. Still trying to get used to the players and we'll be doing that for the next couple of games really. This is the bench I've gone with. Looking forward to this game. Let's crack on with things. Again, this is about testing the team, seeing what players play well, and hopefully got the difficulty right as well. Okay, then here we go for this first fixture against Chelsea. Quite looking forward to it actually, seeing how we get on with this Burnley team. We're not going to turn up here and have 60% of the possession, I don't imagine. So we do have to try and play a certain way and try and figure out that style of play as well for over the next few games, because initially it is going to take a little while, I think, to get to grips with the team, but hopefully we can come up with some sort of way of playing. Chris Wood could do some support here to try and get round Azpilicueta. Might have to take an early shot, loses it, but wins it back again. Defoe, good save by Caballero, and Nkudu will have to let them go out for a corner. Good start to this game for us, both teams having chances for sure. No one's having massive chances though early on here. Goodmanson to deliver, keeper comes out and punches away, and we're going to try and keep that attack alive if we can, but we've lost it there. Giroud coming forward. Can we get to it? No. It goes into the box. Luckily, we've cleared the way. A couple of Chelsea players were in there. That was quite a close chance for them. Luckily, just rode our luck a little bit. Good opportunity. Willian shoots. Good save by the goalkeeper. Chance once again for Chelsea to go forward and try and take the opening lead. But luckily for us, the goalkeeper saves it. And out for a corner and headed away clear. Loughton to Chris Wood. Got Ashley Barnes in support. He'll shoot. Oh, it's gone in. Oh my days, that's a mistake from Caballero, and Ashley Barnes scores on his left foot. It's 1-0 a few seconds before half-time, and Ashley Barnes has given us the lead here. Very bizarre one. We've won it back to Matthew Loughton. They passed it straight to us from a short free kick, and we just have a shot there. It's not the greatest of strikes. I mean, it's found the corner really well, but there's no doubt the goalkeeper should definitely get to it. There's no deflection. Caballero doesn't quite move quickly enough, and he can't get to it in the end, and we're taking the lead here against Chelsea. Out the blue, but Ashley Barnes gives us the lead, 1-0. That's it for the first half, still win the game 1-0. Very happy with how we got on in the first half as well. Managed to ride our luck at times, obviously had to make sure that we were solid, and it was very much a case of both teams just sort of seeing what each other are all about, and just with our team in particular trying to decide how I wanted to play. I mean, we've had to hit on the break a little bit, we've had to get a little bit lucky at the same time there to get the goal, and we'll happily take it. It gives us the lead. Chelsea making changes early on in the second half. Eden Hazard's been brought on by Chelsea. It should have been worth sort of pointing out really that Chelsea didn't start their 100% strongest team. They have certainly made some changes to the team when they started against us, and they've already had to look to the bench through Eden Hazard. So that will certainly make things more difficult for us. Hopefully, though, we can ride our luck a little bit once again, which is something we'll certainly need if we see out the rest of the game like this. Okay, first 2 changes, Rory Brady and Cork to come on. We'll take off Defoe and Nkudu. Just trying different things out. Those 2 guys that are coming off are a little bit more tired than other players, so we are going to just swap them out based on energy, but I also want to try out Robbie Brady and Cork and see whether they're better in those positions, so it's all about trying to establish what our starting 11 is. Goodmanson to deliver a corner here. Good ball in, actually. Good connection, but unfortunately saved. And is that an injury to one of our players? Yes, it is. We're going to have to make the 3rd change virtually straight after. Ashley Barnes picks up what looks like a knee injury. It's a shame because he's also got the goal for us and he's looked pretty good in this game. Very impressed and very surprised by the performance he's given us. We'll stick Vokes up front then, Vokes and Chris Wood. A partnership that we might have to get used to for a couple of games, depending on how bad that injury is. But another opportunity to check out another player in our squad. But disappointed to get an injury so soon into the season. Hopefully not too bad. Hazard running forward, goes for a cross into the middle, have to try and clear that one away. It's not the greatest of clearances, but it finds some of our players luckily. We've never really had it back into your box like that. Goodmanson trying to drive us forward here, lacking a bit of pace going forward. Although Robbie Brady's come on for some fresh legs, and we'll find him here. Can we pick out somebody in the box? It's going to be an early-ish cross. Goodmanson, oh, only gets a toe end to it. And should do so much better with that. So I was hoping for a diving header, but unfortunately it doesn't get a good enough connection. Goes out for a goal kick. Chance. Oh, Fuller's equalised. Wow, that was really, really close. We've given the ball right to them, and they've won it back off us as well in the space of a couple of seconds. A few chances there for Chelsea. Luckily, again, we've ridden our luck, and they've just put it wide there. Wood trying to find Robbie Brady. That's good. Can we drive it forward now for another attack? Trying to get around Zappacosta. We will do that as well. Into Vokes. Still looking for Robbie Brady. Back into the middle for Goodmanson. Oh, out for a corner. And it's a good bit of play once again, this time on the counter-attack, which is what we're having to do at this stage of the game. And we can't quite get a cross in, Kante too quick onto it, but Brady wins it back, crosses outside the boots. Oh, David Luiz just does enough. Final couple of minutes now, referee should blow his whistle very, very shortly. Just got to make sure they don't get into the attacking third. We've dived in a little bit with Ben Mee there, and Marty comes across with a great challenge. Still not over though, they've got the ball once again. Fabregas trying to do something. Oh, we've missed that challenge, still a chance though. No, too heavy on Hazard, giving away a penalty. Didn't feel like I got that much of the player there. He seems to go down too easily. Loughton's given Chelsea a chance in the 92nd minute. I disagree with that. Yes, Hazard goes down. Yes, there's some contact, but for me it's far too easy for Hazard to go down there. It's Olivier Giroud in the 92nd minute. Where's he going to put it? Will he equalise? Oh, we've saved it! And we're going to try and clear this one away as well. Get that one out, and we've won against Chelsea. What a dramatic end that was. It's 1-0 it finishes, but it feels like a much, much bigger win than that. And we get ourselves the first 3 points of the season. What a start to our campaign as well. It was always going to be one of these sort of games where it was potentially quite dramatic and with some fine lines to try and have to walk down. And so that's exactly what we had to do in this game. We managed to ride our luck for long parts of it. And I think that's what we're going to have to do throughout the whole season. We are at the end of the day Burnley. We're not going to come here and, like I said before, dominate possession or anything like that. Even though we have come out actually with slightly more possession than Chelsea. I don't think it's going to happen particularly often this season. Although saying that, there will be some teams where I do try and dominate possession with that 3 at the back formation. But overall, really happy with the 1-0 victory there against Chelsea. Very pleased to get ourselves off to a good start. No way! ACL on the first game for Ashley Barnes. And we are going to have to get used to a different strike partnership with Chris Wood and Vokes up front. No Ashley Barnes for 7 months. Oh my days, first game of the season, and he misses, well, virtually the rest of the season, near enough. Okay, so that's not good news. Luckily we have brought in another striker, so there is a positive that we've brought in a striker recently, but yeah, certainly disappointed to see Barnes, who looked really good and got the winning goal, go off injured there for 7 months. So yeah, like I say, we have plenty of other strikers to choose from. We've obviously got Walters, Wells, but more likely Benza will be in and around the team, as well as, of course, Vokes, who will maybe start up front of the next game against West Brom. Yeah, not the start we wanted from the injury side of things, but certainly happy with the score we got there. Some play drills this week, and we see Amati up to 76 overall. Good start for our new signing. Already going up is good to see. Transfer offer in here for Ben Mee from Liverpool, £11.4 million. A lot of bids came in last episode for our better players, and we're going to reject virtually all of them, I think, if not all of them, in today's episode. In terms of players that we're looking to bring in, I was looking in between episodes about players that Burnley have been linked to, and to be honest, they're not linked to that many players right now. They might be as we go further on through the season, but so far I can only see 2 rumours, and that was Yaya Toure and Jay Rodriguez of West Brom, who are just about to play. So Yaya Toure is certainly someone I'm interested in. Maybe for next season though, pre-contract agreement will be something that I'd consider, and we maybe look at in January. For now though, I don't think we'll make a move for Yaya, but I think for Jay Rodriguez, that could be an interesting one. He can play as a left mid, I think, and a striker. Not exactly too sure what position they've got him down on here though. Yes, they've got him down as a striker, which might mean that he's not necessary for us, and also he's recently joined as well, so we'll be able to sign him anyway, but those are just the 2 players I could find that Burnley were linked with. Okay, now onto this game against West Brom. It's a home match, it's another league game for us to play. We're going to go through the back to try and control this game from start to finish is what we're going to do, so a little bit of a different dynamic to the Chelsea game. Pope starts in goal, Evans, Tarkowski, Mee in defence. Amati in front of them, Lennon, Hendrick and Brady in midfield as well, with Benz on the right hand side, Wood up front and Goodmanson on the left hand side. This is the bench I've gone with as well, a few changes on there. Carl Bartley, Loughton, Cork, Defoe, and Kudu goes on there as well as Walters and Vokes for this game. So again, still trying to get to grips with the squad, see who we have, see who plays well in games, see who doesn't. Let's go for it, let's see how we get on. Second league game of the season, Curious to see how we cope with this formation as well. Okay, let's go for this game against Turf Moor. Really looking forward to the match. I think it's always exciting and interesting when you try out new things. It could really backfire. I wouldn't be that surprised if it does either, but I think it's worth trying and seeing what sort of opposition this formation works against and which ones it doesn't. Chris Wood, ball through into Hendrick. Oh, drags it wide. Wood over to Mbenza. Good chance here. Mbenza shoots. Oh, drags it wide again. So closely, new signing, but unfortunately doesn't get the goal. Aaron Lennon looking for Chris Wood to try and get into the middle. He's taking his time. Going to cross it in anyway. Still a chance. Into the back post. Oh, off the bar. What a save by the goalkeeper. Mbenza pops up. Goes with a strike, but it's saved. Just about gets enough on it to direct it to the bar. What a chance that was to make it 1-0. Such a good opportunity for us. Haven't quite managed to take it. We'll still try and keep up the pressure. Goodmanson goes for a cross. Going to have to try again. This time might find Mbenza, but no, Ben Foster's there. Look at how wide Johnny Evans is playing. He's almost playing as a right back. Tarkowski doing the exact same on the left-hand side for now as well. It's managing to open up quite nicely into Chris Wood, waiting for the gaps to appear. Couldn't quite execute properly there. Hendrick trying to find Chris Wood. He's there! Oh, no. I think at the last second I accidentally clicked the chip button. Chance. No, West Brom found a way through there for a second. Well played, Nick Pope. That's it for the first half. Still remains 0-0. Okay, so the formation has worked. It's given us control, possession, and control of the game in general. However, it hasn't worked going forward. So what's actually been a bit of an issue is the overlapping runs haven't actually created any space because the midfielders aren't actually running into any areas. So even though there might be space in there, the midfielders aren't getting into those spaces, and so actually when we do play out wide, it's not really helping break down the lines as it should be. So maybe I have to look to a little bit of a switch to the formation here. Okay, so switch to a formation that looks a bit more like this. It looks even more attacking now, really. We've removed the centre defensive midfield. I'm hoping Hendrick and Marty stay fairly far back. And we'll see how that goes. But what this should now do is bring Goodmanson and Benza slightly further inside to create or use those spaces a little bit better. So, same players on the pitch, just a tweaked formation. Early free kick opportunity here is going to be Aaron Lennon to try and find Chris Wood if he can. Chris Wood's there. Is he onside though? Yes, he is. The lines were not given anything. Chris Wood makes the run, and we've done it from the set piece. 2 minutes into the second half, and Chris Wood scores. We have taken the lead. Great start to the second half for us there. Chris Wood gets to the end of a really good set piece from Aaron Lennon. Just hoping that we hit it correctly. It does seem like we do in the end, as we can see from this little chip. Look at that. Good connection through the legs of Ben Foster maybe there as well. Chance here for West Brom coming forward. Oh, good save by Pope. I thought I'd gone too strong on the challenge there. I don't think it actually touched him in the end, luckily. That might well have been a penalty, but a good chance for West Brom. I think we're certainly going to have more pressure put on our defence. Maybe we'll look to go 5 at the back or back to a 4. Okay, first 2 changes, Cork and Bartley to come on. We'll take off Hendrick and Lennon. Obviously a slight change now to the formation. Go 5 at the back, 5-4-1. Chris Wood will remain up front for now. 10 minutes to go. Don't even know if we can get the ball out in the next 10 minutes or not, but if we can, then those are the changes we'll make. Yeah, I'll just play it out. Chance to see what Carl Bartley's all about as well. Well played, Goodmanson with it back now. Chris Wood needing some support here to keep hold of the ball. Looking back to Chris Wood, what a pass on his left foot. Oh, over the bar, should have been 2. But that's it anyway, finishes 1-0. And we got ourselves another 1-0 victory, another 3 points for us here against West Brom. Could have been more potentially, but like I say, we didn't quite take that chance at the end. I had a couple of other chances as well. Limited West Brom to very few chances, even towards the end of the game, didn't have that many. And I could see 1 shot, 1 on target. Controlled possession, controlled the game really from start to finish. Particularly that 3 at the back formation, it did work for a lot of the game until we obviously had to change it. But overall, very pleased with the little performance there, which was very good. Look at this, up to 4th place, 2 wins from 2. There we go. Transfer offer in here for Connor Mitchell from Morecambe. We are going to accept it, not even looked at the amount. Happens to be more than its value, so yeah, we'll definitely accept that. I'm not in a rush to make any new signings right now. We can always do that next episode. I don't imagine we're going to finish the transfer window in today's episode just yet, so any suggestions that you still have, I'll obviously take them on board ready for the next episode. Transfer in here for Kevin Long from Huddersfield, £3.3 million. Going to try and keep hold of Kevin, going to reject that one. It's just above his value, but no interest in really getting rid of him. Quite happy with the 5 centre-backs which we have. For now, I think it's a good combination of centre-backs. Connor Mitchell's transfer talks break down, unfortunately, so that deal's not going to go ahead for now. Transfer in here for Jeff Hendrick from West Ham, another player I'm not interested in getting rid of. Pretty happy with how he's doing for us. and that bid was less than his value as well. Bid in here for Stephen Ward, and it's from Swansea City, £4.1 million. Stephen Ward for me won't be our starting left back. I think it'll be Charlie Taylor when we do play as left backs, but we still need to have a backup, and he's an experienced backup, which we are going to keep for now. Again, this is all part of keeping the realism for the first transfer window. This is usually what I do with my career modes. You try and keep the realism in the first 1 or 2 transfer windows, then look to build on things afterwards. So even though Stephen Ward is a 32-year-old left back, which I have no intention of starting, he is actually going to stay for this, at least this first half of the season anyway. Okay, so the final game of today's episode is against Tottenham. Again, it's in the league for us. Look forward to this game. Another tough match, very similar to the game against Chelsea. Pope will start in goal, Lanton right back, Tarkowski, me and Taylor in defence. Nkudu on the right-hand side, Defoe and Martin Goodwinson make up the rest of the midfield. Mbenza and Wood start up front. Sort of a pace and height combination, although saying that Mbenza also has height as well. And I've gone for there. On the bench, got Johnny Evans, Ward, Cork, Hendrick, Brady, Lennon and Sam Vokes. Let's go with things. Let's see how we get on. Again, still experimenting with the team, and I will continue to do that for the next couple of games. And then I'll sort of decide on my start 11, I think. It's difficult to tell from the opening 2 fixtures. I guess we'll wait and see more from this position here. Currently in 6th place at the moment as well, which is good to see. Okay, let's go with this final game of today's episode at Wembley Stadium. Can we get ourselves 3 points once again? It's certainly been a tough game, this one. Hopefully the Tottenham started a weaker team, but seems like they probably haven't. Harry Kane starts up front. Good start for us here. Loughton looking to deliver. Punch straight around the goalkeeper. Put them under pressure, actually. They've allowed us to walk through into their defence. And we've still got it here. No, we don't. Got ourselves a corner here and going to try and cross it in with Nkudu. Amati's on the edge of the box. What a header. Hits the post but goes the wrong side, unfortunately. Great chance for us, and we probably looks the better team so far in this game. Tottenham haven't gone forward that many times, and it's making me possibly consider changing the difficulty. All I want to see is the opposition attack more, you know. I want to see that happen more often, but I can't really ever seem to change the sliders to be able to do that. Nkudu with a chance to shoot on the edge of the box, another save by Vorm. 5 minutes before the half-time break, and we're still looking the better team. And Nkudu will look for a delivery here. It's not good at all. That's it for the first half, still remains 0-0. Fortunately not managed to get ourselves in front just yet. Being the better team, and so if you had to pick a team to go in front, it would certainly be us. Unfortunately though, haven't managed to do that just yet. Tottenham not looked great at all. It does make me think that we should change the sliders a little bit for next episode. Leave your thoughts about that in the comments section below, and how you think I can try and make them more difficult. But what I want to see is just the opposition attacking more. Really, I didn't think it'd be as difficult as it has been on the sliders, but it certainly is tricky usually to get them to go forward. Harry Kane has it here though, and turns back into Lucas. Oh, what a challenge. Harry Kane plays it through though. Chance for Tottenham, chance for Kane. It's a goal, and it's not offside. Harry Kane scores. And Tottenham take the lead. The start of the second half much better. I was complaining they weren't attacking very much. They've had maybe 1 or 2 attacks. This is probably their first proper one really in the second half. But he scores as Harry Kane. Little toe poke there into the bottom right-hand corner. And it's past Nick Pope, unfortunately, and it's a goal. Harry Kane gives him the lead. Sadly, that's what happens when you don't take your own chances. Tottenham have more quality than we do, and so they've taken one of the few chances they've had. Lucas to try again, not marked him properly. It's 2-0. Just as easy as that. 2 goals in 3 minutes or something, and suddenly Tottenham have got a grip of this game and have found themselves in front by 2 goals. Very disappointing how a game can turn like this, just in a matter of 3 minutes, really, those 2 goals. Didn't mark up properly, no one marking the guy at the back post. He scores, and now it's just got even worse for us, 2-0. Okay, all 3 changes now, 30 minutes to go. Vokes, Cork and Brady come on, we'll take off Loughton, Goodmanson and Nkudu. Amati go play right back there. Loughton's been struggling against Lucas, so hopefully Amati can do a little bit better in that position. Let's just wait and see. Vokes finds the forward pass into the 4. He's still going. Can he find the ball into the back post? Oh, beaten to it. Such a good chance for Robbie Brady. Unfortunately, Trippier gets there. Go on, Mbenza. Oh, what a hit, Mbenza. That's 2-1. He's got us back in this game. What a strike from our new signing. And he smashes it off the post and into the back of the net like it's nothing. We've just moved him over to the right-hand side to play as out a right mid now. And it's just hit one. Just hit one from miles out. 20 minutes left of the game. Maybe a chance for us to nick a point here. And suddenly a goal's come out of nowhere in the second half. Look at this. Gets into some space on his right foot. Off the post and in. What a hit. 2-1. Oof, good save, Pope. Tottenham come forward once again. That's a terrible touch by Kane. And Marty over to Brady. Can he bring it down? Yes, he will. Can we find the cross now? And Mbenza trying to get there once again. Brady back in. And Vorm will take it. 10 minutes to go. Running out of time here. And it looks like Tottenham might just take a 2-1 win. Oof, what a challenge. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a Tottenham free kick. 92nd minute now. Running out of time. Hopefully, we just can win it back here, but it's going to be tough. Eriksen and Harry Kane over this free kick. What are they going to do? Eriksen shoots just over the bar. And that might well be it now. Got to try and hoof this one up to the strikers. Chris Wood, look for a flick on if he can. I've not even won that one. And that's it. Tottenham win 2-1. Unfortunate really for us. But I think we will lose quite a few games this season. That's to be expected. We've got to keep on reminding ourselves we are Burnley. We've got to manage our expectations. Although I am trying to get into the top 6, which will be tough. We will obviously end up losing plenty of matches this season, and I hope we do as well in a way. I want to keep things fairly realistic for our first season. Tottenham beat us here 2-1. We could have won the game for sure if we'd been, if we'd shown better quality, if we'd taken our chances. We definitely could have, but ultimately Harry Kane scores, and that was really the changing of the game in Tottenham's favour in the second half. As you can see by the stats, Tottenham had 2 shots on target. They scored them both. We had 2 shots on target, only scored 1. We had more shots as well, but ultimately didn't win. So after that game, we find ourselves in 7th place. Not too bad. Obviously, that's where Burnley finished at the end of the season, last season. So if we can finish around about there, ideally in 6th though, then I'll be pretty happy by that. You see we're in front of Chelsea and Arsenal for now as well. So a good start to the season. 2 wins and a loss so far is not too bad. We will end today's episode here though. We do have a little bit longer left of the transfer window, so plenty of time for you guys to leave your suggestions and whether you think I should actually sign any new players or not. I'm pretty happy with the squad right now, but I can always look at different players as you guys leave them in the comments. So leave me your thoughts all down there. I'd really, really appreciate as many comments as possible. And that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes on today's episode again, then I'd really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, click that subscribe button, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.